just want to start with how much I loved the movie. And, I just want to say congrats. It's awesome. And I'm done. I'll see you guys later.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks. Take care.
Bye-bye. So jumping into why I get to speaking specifically, Julie, I want to start with you first, which is what was your reaction when you saw you'd be doing a lot of walk and talks in New York City, but in some of the scenes you'd have ice cream? Because that's not one take.
My reaction was get me a spit bucket or give it to Nicole because she'll eat anything.
I'll finish her. Yeah.
I know there's an enormous amount of eating in this movie, which I didn't honestly realize until we were at Sundance and we saw it. And I was like, wow, it's endless eating.
Quite munchy.
She gained like 10 pounds.
I gained like 10 pounds in the film. No, I didn't, but I did. But as an actor, I like having the business of eating in a scene because I think it's a great sort of prop.
Also, no one eats in films anymore, do they?
They don't eat.
They sort of do this sort of clever kind of acting where they sort of push it around.
Yeah. You want to see mouths full. Yeah, totally.
Which is ironic because I have a misophonia problem, and
you don't like watching people eat. Is that what that is?
No, it's the sound. It's the sound of eating, and so I had to cut all their disgusting noises out.
Is that true?
Yes, absolutely true.
Devastating.
The woman she's nuts. By
You know something? I think it's people that listen. Nicole, you're a great writer, and Larry David is a great writer, and maybe both have a little bit of some screws that are not altogether tightened.
I'm in good company if you think that. Very good company. Thank you.
One of the things, though, about filming in New York City, I'm so curious. Do the people actually care anymore when you're filming a movie, or do they sort of just say, get the F out of here?
Let me explain to you something. The scene outside Paragon when I'm vomiting on the street, we had somebody walk through that shot and give us the finger.
In Los Angeles, they just honk while they're driving by. Boop, 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 boop.
They get a kick out of ruining a take.
Yeah. But New York, it's tough. It's tough for her. Both of them to
really
perform.
They really was like.
No, but in paparazzi wise, that's
that.
harder for you guys for sure.
Yeah, I deal with it every day. It's terrible. Following me to Starbucks and the supermarket, it's awful.
Yeah. Well, you're fascinating.
Nicole, I love your writing, and I'm just curious, for a project like this, how long from when you start thinking about the idea till you actually having a completed screenplay?
I wish I remembered exactly because I have stacks and stacks of versions of this script, but I don't know, a year maybe, but maybe 2 years prior, trying to nail something down by writing other things. But once I could nail this down, a year, and then we shot it exactly a year ago. So that's pretty quick timeline for me, at least it is. Yeah.
Also for movies in general, that's very fast.
Yeah.
So once you guys started doing rehearsals, you're reading the script. I'm just curious, like, how does it actually change, and how precious is Nicole with like every comma when you're on set?
She's not precious with punctuation at all, or really the actual language in the script. But it's not like we go and throw out the script and start from scratch. We are working with a very finely tuned script, but Nicole is collaborative. So if we have thoughts about tweaking something here or adding this joke here, she's all ears. And so it has a very organic feeling in the moment.
There's probably not a scene that hasn't been ad-libbed a little or fussed with, but your turn.
But they're really only just grace notes. I mean, really, you are sticking to, Nicole's writing because it doesn't need to be changed very much.
But there's some really funny ad-libs in there.
I laughed a lot watching this, and also related completely because, and I think the reason why so many people are all in on this movie is that everybody lies to the people you love. It's one of those things. So I think it's a universal truth that we all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that
no matter what you do.
Oh, without a doubt. How much are you guys, listen, all three of you are very talented and most people love your work, but how much are you sort of like Beth a little bit in terms of a little bit of criticism can, end you?
I'm pretty sensitive. Yeah, I don't like criticism. How are you with it?
I'm more of a self-criticizer, to tell you the truth. So if I don't like something that I've done, it's hard for me to let that go. If somebody else is criticizing me, yeah, I mean, it's not pleasant. You know, if I get a bad review or somebody says something nasty, yeah, that can be very hurtful. But if I don't like something I've done, I'm like a dog with a bone on that one. It's very hard for me to let it go. That is not a good feeling.
Right. Me too. I mean, watching my films over the years, you know, I'm definitely a self-criticizer. Why did I make that choice? Why did I do this? And, you know, and it's too late on film. Nobody's going to let you open it up once it's done. But yeah, I'm pretty sensitive.
For all three of you, when you saw the shooting schedule and you're looking at everything you have to do, what was the day you had circled in terms of either super excited to film it or a little bit nervous to do the scene?
Day one. Day one was difficult because it was the pivotal moment in the film. When we went to Paragon and she overhears her husband, and then the vomiting and the et cetera. That was day one. So I was very nervous about that. Very nervous.
And it couldn't be helped. I mean,
yes.
The actors came to me and it was like, what the fuck? You can bleep me if you have to. More like, yeah, you made a face. They were more like, can this be changed? Does this really have to be our first day?
Right.
And for a variety of reasons, it did. And I think we were all a little anxious about it. And the fact that it turned out as well as it did is a tribute to professionals.
But it was. I just remember thinking we hadn't had any time to even get to know each other personally.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we're pretending like we're, I know, it was wild.
That's what good actors do.
I think my day was the scene, the lunch where Beth sort of outs what's happened.
The birthday dinner.
Yeah, the birthday dinner. Sorry, the birthday dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had that a bit circled,
That was tricky.
So interesting. I spoke to Donald Sutherland once, and or maybe more than once, and he said that he always demands the first few days of filming are from the middle of the movie, because that way no one will, by then people just buy into what he's selling, and you know, it's just the middle of the movie. It's not the beginning or the end. It was interesting.
That is interesting. Well, you know, schedules are a mess, and so we kind of did maybe not quite the middle, but somewhere in there, end of first act. Yeah.
Nicole, before I run out of time with you, I loved your episode of Extrapolations, and I just
thanks.
It's fantastic. It's one of the best of that series. And I know I'm just about out of time, but because I want to shine a light on that as well. Can you sort of talk about working on that series and the importance of that series?
Well, I jumped into the series for obvious reasons. It's, you know, I think it's hard to turn disaster and impending doom into something watchable. And I think that Scott Burns created a show that made us able to watch this and also be entertained. And so I was really happy to do it. And obviously I worked with some amazing actors. It was a great opportunity.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't seen, if you haven't watched Extrapolations yet, I absolutely recommend it. Fantastic series on Apple TV.
Thank you.
On that note, gotta go. Congrats on the movie. For real, loved it. I wish you guys nothing but the best.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.